In this video, I'm going to be discussing everything about the grab mechanic in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, all the way from how to perform the mechanic, and then some tips, tricks, and advice on the grab mechanic. So every character in this game has access to a grab. It'll be a button mapped on your controller, and every character is unique, so everybody's grab is unique in terms of its animation and potential grab length, right? So you can have a long-range grab or a short-ranged grab. The character on the right, Captain Falcon, has access to a short-range grab, which looks like this. Some things to note about the grab. The most important thing is that it can go through shields. So what I mean by that is that if someone is blocking right, as you can see, I can't do any damage to them because their shield just blocks it, right? However, if they're blocking and I grab them, my grab will go through their shield. So you can see this as a game of rock, paper, scissors, right? You have an attack, a shield, and a grab. If they attack and you grab, then their attack will win. If they grab and you grab at the same time, then your grabs will actually just clank with each other and just cancel each other out. So this can be a defensive tool if you want to use it that way, or for style points, especially if they have a long-range grab. If you grab at the same time as them, when their animation comes out, you can actually just clank and stop it with your own grab. However, if they shield and you grab, then you win because your grab goes through their shield. So like I said, it's rock, paper, scissors. Another important thing about the grab is that you probably noticed, but if I grab someone, I can't hold on to them forever. Eventually they can break free. And they can break free faster if, let's say you or your opponent gets grabbed right, you can do something called mashing your buttons, which is basically pressing your buttons really, really fast. Or you can rotate your analog sticks really fast, and it'll allow you to get out of the grab animation faster. So with the built-in mechanic of you can't hold them forever and them mashing, you have a limited time to be able to hold them. The reason why that's important is because when you grab someone, you also have access to a pummel animation, which looks like this. So obviously you can't just grab them and keep hitting them forever, right? Eventually you will have to stop. But if you know your grab timings, right, usually they won't be able to break free from your grab, right? Like you always have time to basically do something afterwards. So the things that you can do after you grab them is you have access to a up throw, a down throw, a back throw, or a forward throw. So when you grab someone, you can throw them afterwards, right? So what that looks like is I can grab Sephiroth right here and do an up throw. So to do that is after you grab them on your left analog stick, you do a directional input. So after you grab them, you can do up for the up throw, down for the down throw, forward for the forward throw, and back for the back throw. Forward means the direction that your character model is facing. Back means the direction that your character's back is facing. So in this case, I would move my analog stick to the right, and it'll preform my back throw. And then right now, since Sephiroth is now on my right once again, but my character model is facing forward in that direction, if I want to perform my forward throw right here, then I would grab him and hit the right direction once again to do the forward throw. So it's dependent upon which direction your character model is facing for the forward and the back throw. But you have access to an up throw, forward throw, back throw, and down throw. So when do you want to use each one, and when do you want to do the pummel animation? So you want to do the pummel animation when you just want to get a little bit of extra damage, right, before you throw them. And extra damage is always nice because the higher damage your enemy has, the easier it is to launch them off the stage. However, sometimes it's beneficial to not do the pummel animation because if you catch them off guard with a surprise grab and you immediately throw them afterwards, their mind may still be in a state of possible panic or just being caught off guard. So you can follow up with some type of move or combo potentially more easily because they weren't prepared for it, right? Whereas if you grab them so if you catch them off guard and you grab them but you start doing the pummel animation, their mind has time to prepare that you're going to throw them afterwards, right? So that's some mind games you can play. You can also just simply grab them and just not do anything and throw them at the last second. That's another mind game that can be pretty funny. But yeah, another reason that you want to do the pummel is, like I said, to stack up damage because some characters in this game have something called a kill throw, which Captain Falcon does, and I'll show you that in a bit. But if you know the percentages in this game, sometimes that little bit of extra pummel damage will put them in the range to where your throw will be able to take their stock. And I'll explain what a kill throw is in a second. But other than that, some general tips on when you want to do an up throw, down throw, back throw, or forward throw. The first tip is it's very character dependent. there are some combos that can be true or close to true, depending on the percentage and weight of your opponent. So with like Captain Falcon, for example, he can do a grab into a down throw into a neutral air. His neutral air looks like this, but it's dependent on the enemy's percentages though, right? So I could grab him, down throw, and then do that, right? But you do it in a forward motion. So that's a combo I can do. So it's very dependent on your character about which throw is going to be the best case in that situation. But other than that, in terms of your combos, some other things that you could do is that if they're on the side of the stage like this, right, and you grab them, you may want to throw them in a forward direction like so, because now they're off the stage, right, and they have to try to get back to the stage, which means they're in a state of disadvantage, right? It's usually beneficial to throw people off the stage. And it's the same case that if he was facing this way, you could grab him and do a back throw to get him off the stage as well, right? So those are some different cases in which you can do a throw. So it's just basically to do a combo or to throw them off the stage depending on what's happening, or to do what I just discussed, which is a kill throw. So technically everybody in the game has access to a kill throw, and all that means is that at a certain percentage, your throw, when you throw them right after a grab, will just end their stock. So since this is a percentage-based game, if you were at 999% for some reason, you know, if someone grabs you, any throw that they do is going to take your stock. So technically everybody has access to a kill throw. But usually when people refer to kill throws, they're really discussing characters that can end your stock off of a throw at a reasonable percentage that you may be at. So it's not unreasonable and very likely that someone will live to around 150%, right? So between like 100% and 160. And some characters, depending on your weight of the character you're playing, if they grab you, they'll be able to take your stock with just a throw. So for example, Captain Falcon has a kill throw on his back throw. So if I'm close to the side of the stage, right, it's even easier because due to the launch power in this game, if I want to launch them off the side of the stage here on the left, then if Sephiroth is very close to me and he has a high percentage, once I grab him and throw him off the stage to the left, since I'm so close to it, it'll take his stock much sooner and much easier. The same thing is with his up throw. Captain Falcon also has a kill throw on his up throw, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so we're going to start in just a second. I'm going to start right now. So Captain Falcon also has a kill throw with his up throw. And since Sephiroth is a lightweight character and he has a high percentage, in this case, if I was to get a grab, I would just do my up throw. Because at anywhere on the stage, I can send him through the blast zone at the top of the screen just like this. So that's all it takes to take his stock. So if you have a kill throw, you know, you'll want to use that at a high percentage if the situation is right. The last tip for the grab mechanic is something called a pivot grab. It's exactly as the name sounds. It's where you pivot around really quick and you grab them, right? Just like that. You know, so when your character is facing the opposite direction, you pivot and you grab them. It's very simple. You just use your left analog stick you barely touch it. So like Captain Falcon's facing to the right now. I'm going to barely move my analog stick to the left, like barely even move it. And my character will do a pivot like so without moving. And then I can do a grab, right? This is actually very important in a fast-paced battle because if your back is turned to your enemy, and let's say you like parry their hit, right? And you want to get a follow-up grab, you can parry their hit, instantly turn, and grab, right? So that's something that you want to practice as well. So 2 quick things that I forgot to mention in my original recording. The first one is that you have access to a running grab. Now your running grab is going to look pretty much the same as your regular grab animation. Nothing really changes about it, except when you do your running grab, if you notice, my character slides forward a little bit to try to get the grab, right? Otherwise, if you just run, stop, and then grab, your character doesn't slide, right? If I run, stop, and then grab, right, you can do it really quick. However, if you want to get that little extra slide while you're running, you just hit your grab button whenever you want to during your run, and you'll get a little bit of extra slide animation at the end. So once again, the animation looks very similar to your regular grab. It just gives you a little bit of slide if you need that extra distance. The last thing, I don't know why they had this in there in the game, though. I think it's just for an option if you want to do it. But after you grab, if you just keep holding down the grab button, it'll automatically put your shield up without you having to hit your shield button. So I assume they put this in there just for a quick and easy way for you to automatically raise your shield if you happen to miss a grab.